Hello, Mass Effect Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Mass Effect Let's Play, where we walk around and do things. Let's begin by walking around and doing things. First, as always, we need to submit our job resume to the Mass Effect Relay, who will once again be a jerk and tell us there's no jobs available. Please call again next Monday. God. You'd think a giant building would have much more job opportunities. Okay.
So we get to explore this time.
Yeah, we actually get to go around the space place, whatever it is. But first we have to talk to whoever's in here. Hello, room. I'm Commander Shepard. Hello, wow. What a great safety feature. Hey, you know in the room that has the giant engine in it and like the weird thing that people can probably die from, let's make sure there's actual safety hazards in that room so people can fall near the thing.
I think that's the actual...
This is the engine. This is the Mass Effect core of the ship that allows it to do, pretty much allows it to travel in space.
Yeah.
Without it taking years. Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander. But I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Real asset? Uh-huh, sure, Commander Shepard. We all know what you wanted. Ask him about his life. No, Normandy.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
Ooh, erotic.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
As Engineer Adams looks tantalizingly into Commander Shepard's eyes. We can go twice as long and twice as far, Shepard.
He's
Fill
just
me in on
very
the
excited
IES
about the
stealth system.
performance.
How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out.
What's an engine?
They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
So pretty much we won't show up on enemy ship scanners or sensors because a ship is given away on radar by its heat, but the Normandy will absorb its own heat so it doesn't show up on radar. But if they do it for so long, then everyone dies. Because the Normandy becomes an oven, essentially. And then blows up, probably, I guess. Something.
Does the ship
no way for
require
anyone to detect
maintenance?
us?
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
Visual
not
scan
more
can
than any
scan
other
us
ship
up.
would.
Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you
You might need to change out the heat sinks.
Visual out in space.
Yeah, that's what I was
Most
thinking.
vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
So Pompey is meowing in the background because he's really, really interested in these FTL systems, aren't you, Pompey? You just had to walk in your room and sit in the corner and meow and look at us. You were perfectly fine a few minutes ago until you realized, hey, they are recording things. I think it's my time to start screaming across the room while staring at them.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye.
Aye, aye. Aye, aye. Let's talk to Tally. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
They're kind of like gypsies in a way. They're always moving, they live on ships. Gypsies live on ships, they live on spaceships. Historically, back in the medieval ages, the gypsies were known for their spaceships.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Want to know more about the pilgrimage?
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found
It's like a
something
rite
of
of
value
passage
we can
almost.
bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed.
It makes sense, though.
In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births.
Huh.
Though the Conclave hasn't had to take
Such an
such measures in
interesting
nearly
society.
a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the conclave in case of
So there's
emergency.
5 admirals in charge
To
of the
do
whole
so
fleet.
requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty. And they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only
That's a really good
overruled the
system.
conclave 4 times.
So pretty much if the Admiralty Board wants to overthrow something set by the civilian council, they can, but then they have to give up their position, and then another Admiralty Board takes their place. So that way they have to be fully convicted behind their decision, because they're giving up.
Yeah.
So it's a good system in a way.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any V.I. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them.
That
Or so
sounds
we
like
thought.
what humanity
But
now
one thing
could
we
be.
underestimated was the
much.
power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
I mean, interestingly enough, there is an AI at I forgot what university in America, but they've had an AI running since like 1992, and it's been generating information and growing smarter and smarter ever since then. So it's been a long period of time, and recently it was asked what it would do about humanity in the future, and it pretty much stated that it would delete humanity in order to preserve the other life forms on the planet. And that was what a computer AI said. That's been the oldest and most advanced AI has said it would delete humanity in order to preserve the other life forms on the planet.
I'm sure it would view humanity as a virus.
I mean, essentially. So that makes you think that this actually can happen in a way. And with how research and science is going and software, AI, we're not too far from real AI. I mean, there's already programs that are self-learning and everything. So this isn't as sci-fi as you think.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I should go.
See you later.
She's obviously very passionate about her hatred for a Geth, which would make sense historically for a Quarian. I tend to think there might be more to the story. Oh, there's no elevator buddies? Elevator buddies. Commander Shepard never by himself in an elevator. Okay, there we go. You know, let's watch TV. Future TV. You have your choice of 3 different box shows. Each exactly the same.
I don't.
Do you like left box, center box, or right box? I like the stairs though with the lights. At least I can say I like that. Oh, here comes the kitty meowing again. This kitty loves to invade. I'll have to start closing the door so Kitty can't come in here and scream during Let's Plays.
No, he'll just paw at the door.
Yeah. Oh, yo.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Oh, don't worry, Dr. Phil.
They're on our
fine.
side.
They're on our side, Dr. Phil.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
Dr.
With all
Phil!
due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Presley,
You doubt my decision?
make me a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander, this won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. And those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you.
Agincourt.
I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
Agincourt.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
It's the Agincourt.
Okay. Are you ready to go to another, whatever the heck, away from the Citadel, at least? Look at all the buttons. Do you think every button really has a purpose, or do you think some of them are just like...
Showing off.
Look at all our buttons. Commander Shepard, you do not... Okay. Wow. He was stuck. Hello. How are you? Are you hitting all your keys and stuff there, buddy? Okay, you don't need to look at me all weird. Uncross your arms and start typing things. Any things! Hit the Q key for several hours. I don't care. Get to work. You are at Public Toilet 7. Thank you for visiting Public Toilet 7. You are at Public Toilet 7 star. Okay, so... Alright. What would be cool to do, I say, let's do all the non-mission related quests for now. Starting with upper left and going to the right and then down and to the right and then down. Let's do that. Oh, we're gonna unlock more, don't worry. Hawking Ida, and some are gonna, these are star clusters, so this isn't individual solar systems. So once you click on one, there's gonna be solar systems with planets. Some are gonna be bigger than others.
Maybe you should go to the closest ones first.
That's not necessarily too relevant though, it doesn't take time. It just jumps you there. Because essentially you're using a Mass Effect relay to instantly jump there. And this is for organizational purposes. Hawking Ada would be the easiest to start. Now see, there's only one star cluster here for now. Later on you unlock more, so look, only one solar system. The Century solar system in the Hawking Ada star cluster, which looks to be a nebula, which is a collection of random gases and farts and other things in space. Traveled, yes, that's why I clicked all these things. Now you get to watch the Normandy take away from the Citadel. Take away! Looks like it got scanned while it was leaving. Pompey's excited to hear
Message coming in,
this.
Commander. Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hawking Ada cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
It's Admiral Hackett. He's one of our followers on Twitter. He's finally giving us a mission.
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died under his command. Couldn't cope with the guilt. His psych evaluations showed he couldn't handle the stress of command anymore. He was given an honorable discharge in early retirement.
Huh.
We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
Now see, this quest makes me believe that I better have a very, very high skill in my charm before I try it for a peaceful solution.
You do have
said his followers
quite a
were
few
biotics.
points.
Yeah, but I'm only halfway
Major Kyle never
maxed.
showed any biotic tendencies himself, though. I think he's just latched onto a group he identifies with. Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle probably sees them as victims who need his protection, and they see him as someone who will fight for them. Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. We can't let him go on
There's a
like this.
typo. Unfortunately spaced, comma. Oh, jeez.
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to abandon him. Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he and his followers killed him.
I might be able to end this without violence.
That may not be possible, Commander. We don't want a bloodbath, but Kyle is dangerous. I'll trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Why does Commander Shepard's eyes look bloodshot?
I was gonna say that once before.
What is wrong with Commander Shepard? What has he been doing with his free time, Mr. Shepard?
I didn't want to lead into that conversation.
Too many drinkings or other bad recreational activities. Now look at the asteroid belt. Do you see the little flashy light? See it?
Yeah.
That means that it's something you can scan! Yeah! Metallic asteroid! A metal-rich asteroid rated... Okay,
So
now,
what can you do with those?
you can go to it and look at it and then walk around your ship and then do other things you normally do not think about it. And then Pompey agrees. Yes. Pompey, do you agree? What do you think we should do with this asteroid, Mr. Kitty? Oh, you're gonna jump on my chair? You think we should jump on it? You think we should scan it, Pompey? Okay. Pompey says we should scan it. Pompey, what happened was...
A large deposit of palladium.
No, what happened, Pompey, the real report was heavy metal surveyed. While scanning the asteroid field in the Hawking Eta cluster, you just... Pompey, don't leave, I'm telling you about what happened with your decision. We detected a large deposit of palladium, which is a type of metal, Mr. Kitty, who is now on my lap. Okay. So you know this cat is our third member of our Let's Play for Mass Effect. His name is Pompey. He's been a fan of Mass Effect since he was a kitten. He played with Mass Effect themed cat toys and mice forever, and now he's standing on my headphones, forcing me to lean forward, which is hurting my back. There he goes, okay. So we found a large deposit of palladium. What we're gonna do is go ahead and survey this information to the Alliance, so they'll pay us for it and come and mine it, thus improving the Alliance's resource capability because they know where shit is. So when we find resources of rare elements, we let the Alliance know and we help humanity and we get paid. And in fact, once you find your first resource, you unlock the side quest, which is a massive long-term collection quest to collect all sorts of resources hidden on planets throughout the solar system. Okay, so let's go to our first planet and work our way out. Tamahira. Tamahira has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon. The surface is icy and composed of sodium oxide with deposits of calcium. So pretty much you can't breathe here. It contains a few unremarkable metals, but mainly consists of rock, so it's pretty useless. The presence of canyons and floodplains indicate that liquid water once existed. So pretty much there used to be water on here. At some point in time the atmosphere burnt away, meaning it's useless now. Tamahira, everybody! Yay! What a useless hunk of crap. Okay, so now we go to a gas giant called Pressrop. Oh, we can land here. Pressrop is the moon of Clendagon. Wait, that's the moon. I want to look up Clendagon. There we go. It's an aeroterrestrial. It's bigger than Earth, but with a lower density because it has a lot more heavier elements on it. The crust is composed of tin and aluminum with wide deserts of dust fan sand. Huh.
It has a lack of heavier elements.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I misread that. Its most striking feature is, of course, the Great Rift Valley that stretches across the southern hemisphere. What is most fascinating about the rift is that it does not appear to be natural. The geological record suggests that it is the result of a glancing blow by a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power that occurred 37 million years ago. Wow. So 37 million years ago there were spaceships flying around, blowing shit up. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna come back to Pressrop because we can land there. In fact, if this is where that mission is, we should probably ignore it. I don't want to go do that mission until I level my speech skill up more. A terrestrial world of average size, Cantra's atmosphere is composed of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mosaic. really not much here except there's water and ice there. We can survey it. Oh. We detected a significant deposit of cobalt, which is a metal. Now if you see, once we leave this... Okay. See, we get Paragon, we get money and experience
Just
points.
by reading about...
Well, just by scanning and finding the metals. See, we have the side quest here. To maintain its fleets and maintain to expand, the Alliance must find new resources wherever it can. You've recently surveyed an important deposit and claimed it for the Alliance. There must be more like them in the Traverse. So we have to find 20 light metals, 20 heavy metals, 20 rare earths, which is like...
difficult.
Well, it's not rare earths in terms of planet, but I suppose clay would be an earth-type material.
Oh.
So it's just another type of material, and then we need to find gases. But there's more than 20 of each to find, so you can still find more beyond doing this quest. I'm Commander Shepard, and I like my... Okay, there we go. I don't know what I was saying. Commander Shepard didn't know either, so he just mumbled. So we just scanned Cantra. So now we gotta go to this next... Looks like it's... Oh no, it's up here. Okay. No, I didn't see it. Therapato! It's a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in its atmosphere. It has over 100 moons and an extensive ring system composed of pulverized rock, Captain Crunch, and presumably debris from the shattered moons. If we survey this, we find a medallion. While scanning the planet Therapato, you discovered a tiny moon with some odd readings. Further scans by Chef Boyardee revealed a destroyed escape pod. Your salvage team recovered the components and found a League of One medallion. Now the League of One, a long time ago, I forgot, I think like 1,000 years ago or something, the Solarians had their own version of the Spectre, which was known as the League of One, and there was very, very few of them. And they all disappeared without a trace, but supposedly their medallions keep showing up. So now we have a side quest to find those. Okay. So, this is the moon of Clendagon, and is a frigid, barren world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and methane, so you can't breathe here, it would kill you. The crust contains plentiful deposits of heavy metals, so it's pretty valuable to mine here, and the Alliance has opened bidding for the moon's mineral rights, but I can read so good. Exploitation will be complicated, so pretty much the mining process is going to be complicated by the system's proximity to the 5 kiloparsec ring around the galactic core of the galaxy. The ring is an area of intense star formation and it's too dangerous to travel. Which is true, in the center of our galaxy, stars are so close to each other. There's so much radiation, there's so many black holes, there's so much heat, that if we ever did finally get to exploring space at a very fast pace, it would be very dangerous to go there. Presserop's landscape is a nightmare of jagged, overlapping ridges and geological shock zones created by some ancient disaster. This has not deterred a generation of illegal wildcat miners from attempting to exploit mineral riches. Unfortunately, many have lost their lives and don't have any more Captain Crunch. So as you can see, an orbital period here takes almost 2 weeks. So a day here is actually 10.8 days. The atmosphere is it's 0.1 that of an Earth atmosphere. Now we're gonna land here, even though there's a quest here that requires a high speech skill. We can just ignore that quest item and come back and just explore the planet for now.
Okay.
In Mass Effect 1, exploring the planet results in a lot of driving. So prepare for that. We're gonna be driving, it gives you a map, a set area you can explore, and you just have to drive along the map to uncover everything before you leave. Because you don't want to leave without uncovering everything, because then you have to come back and explore it again. I do have a system. Now what I do is, you can see the corner of the map probably about here in most planets. Some planets are bigger than each other, so what I do is I just drive along the edge until I reach the borders, it'll show you red on your radar, then I turn, and I do that, and then I come to the middle. And by that way, I get everything. See, biotic compound. We do have that quest here. I do want to ignore it. But for now, Pompey agrees if you heard his soft, cute kitten meow. Oh, the Mako! We have jumpy times, as you can see. We have... How do I zoom in? I don't know how to zoom in. Ah, there we go. You can zoom in. We have that, we have a machine gun, a tank. Okay, so we're here. We can see the red. So what we're gonna do is go this direction. And you will uncover shit. Because as you can see... that's not what I meant to hit. As you can see, there are some stuff on your radar here. But there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't just originally show up in the initial survey that the Normandy does on the planet. You actually have to explore. And you can find more of those so that's how I turn. Okay. So you can find more of those resources, you can find miniature boss battles, you can find all sorts of stuff. And the boss battles on these planets consist of fighting thresher maws, which are giant worm type things. Those are interesting and dangerous fights.
Yeah, those sound terrifying.
If you've ever seen the movie Tremors,
yeah.
you can, oh,
I know. I loved the movies, but I was always terrified.
Well, prepare to get terrified, because there's one here. Alright, Mass Effect Nation, this is our first Thresher Maw fight together. I'm used to doing this on the hardest difficulty, but then again, I'm used to doing it on my Xbox.
You can drive down those kind of inclines?
Oh, the Mako's really good at driving down and up stuff. Now, I know there's a Thresher Maw here because the screen shook. So we just gotta drive around until it pops up and tries to attack us. There it is. You gotta keep moving. Oh, I can't. I don't know how to drive this thing yet. It's a lot easier when you're on veteran difficulty instead of nightmare. Okay, now see, it's gonna move around and come up in a different place. Now if you get hit with that... I killed it already? Wow. On nightmare, it's so much harder.
Get hit by it?
If you get hit by it, it does a bunch of damage over time.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much if you get hit by it twice, you're gonna blow up and die. No, it's a lot harder on Nightmare, or whatever the hardest difficulty is. But before you can unlock that difficulty, like I said, you have to beat it once. And I'm playing it on the hardest available difficulty now, which is Veteran. Man, I'm not used to driving this thing. You actually have to use keys to turn, you can't just turn based on where you're looking. I want to get to see the corner! No, don't return to Normandy! Oh, the Mako, I remember these battles with you. See, I wanna see the dang corner of the map to make sure, because BioWare will occasionally hide something way up in the corner of the red. They've done it before. Okay, but we want to go south. We've been north, so we need to go south. Mr. Mako! What's down here? People that are attacking us. Oh, we just blew them up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
See their corpses burning? Well, that was easy. Oh, crap, I forgot. You get a lot more experience points for fighting things outside of your ship. I want to fight Thresher Maws in the ship. But outside of the ship, we can fight these types of people on foot for more experience points. Now, usually... there's something around here. Looks like they may not have been doing anything. Sometimes there will be like a crashed ship or something that you can scavenge, and that's why they're here scavenging it. But I don't see anything here. It's just that little vehicle. Oh, there was... no, it's Tully. Okay. I know it's too late to tell me how to drive because I've been driving already. We leveled up at least, and we gained some equipment. medium human armor, and a couple assault rifles. Garrus. Oh, that's an upgrade for Mr. Garrus. It's an upgrade to the same exact assault rifle he has. Good for you, Mr. Garrus. Proud you. Tally, you can look cool with the better assault rifle. No one can use medium armor, human armor, so cool. We are now level 11. What do? Do you want to use unlock stasis? Makes the target unable to move or attack, but also immune to damage. Squad members will not use stasis, blah blah blah. It'll last for 12 seconds of crowd control.
That would be good, but also, can you even add more to charm, or do you have to put it into intimidate now?
No, I have to level up more to unlock more charm. And pretty much, if you want to be a good guy, you don't need to put too much into intimidate.
Okay.
Because it's already going to unlock the max for a speech option with
Well,
charm.
maybe put another one either into stasis or specter training.
We gain a half second if we do it there. I say Spectre training, that way we get closer to Unity, which will allow us to revive squad members in combat. Garrus! Hello! I said hello! Okay, so what are we
He's
gonna do
not
with
too
Garrus?
interested.
I know, he's just like looking around. We can do another in first aid. Or do you want to...
I was gonna say assault rifles.
Yeah, I agree there. I like assault. Do you want to do both?
What's damping again?
Damping, well, the ability itself is a stun and makes their cooldowns longer. But until we unlock the next level of damping, every point we put into it will just decrease... Well, I'm sorry, will increase our radius of every one of his abilities.
It still sounds really good, though.
I say do it then.
And he is the tank.
Telizora Vatnaraya. Haha. Okay, so... Tally.
I say hacking
Hacking.
and electronics.
Oh, hacking lowers the recharge cooldown time of all her abilities as well. Right now, that's what this is doing, because until we lock the next level of hacking, every point we put here just reduces recharge time. So that's good. And what else?
Oh, yeah. I'd do electronics.
Oh yeah, she could be our repair person too. And increases her shield capacity. There we go.
I take it that you don't have limited ammo.
Oh no, you have unlimited ammo.
That's nice.
Well, the thing with ammo in Mass Effect 1 is that there really is no such thing as ammo. Well, there is, but the way it works is it takes a huge, like, chunk of metal, and it just shaves off a very small piece, and that's what it uses for its ammo. So the ammo is essentially just big groups of metal. Okay, so I set a marker towards the boundary, because we uncovered something on our radar. So we're going to travel out, claim it, go back to the boundary, and consider, and then continue our patrol around the boundary. That way we make sure we get everything. Oh, that's cool. Do you remember reading about the huge
The
scar?
like valley crater.
Yeah, that was created by a bullet or something. There it is. Very interesting. Makes me wonder what did it.
You would think that the weapons would require heat sinks as well.
Oh yeah. Well, that's actually the thing, is if you fire a weapon too much, it'll overheat, and you have to wait a bit before it cools down to where you can shoot it again. There's what we're looking for, right there. It is much harder to drive on the PC than it is the computer. Or, I'm sorry, the Xbox. Uranium! Survey! Oh, we have to do Frogger. There we go. Uranium! Now we're getting a lot of money. I know how to drive the Mega, stop telling me! Alright, now we gotta get back to our marker and then continue our driving times. There's the marker, over there. So this is how you pretty much explore the planets in Mass Effect. You find places that you can go into, but essentially most of the planets you can go to that aren't mission-based planets are kind of more or less like this. It can get a little repetitive after a while. In Mass Effect 2 they fixed that. Kind of. Now with Mass Effect Andromeda, exploration is supposed to be very unique and a huge part of the game, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. To see what they have in store for us. Especially because we'll be in the Andromeda Galaxy. I mean, I don't think any sci-fi thing ever has tried to touch another galaxy like that. Well, I guess Star Wars, but I mean, they don't tell you what galaxy. They just say galaxy far, far away, which very well could still be the Andromeda Galaxy, because it's far, far away. Any galaxy is. Okay, here we go.
That is really pretty.
It is. Imagine if Earth had a planet that close to it or something. It would be interesting, but then we'd be so used to it that it would just be... I mean, we'd probably still recognize it as pretty, I think. Because even the moon is still pretty, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think we get used to it. Do-do-do. I can't wait until we can actually start exploring space like this, because even if you're not out there exploring space, just waking up and going like on Google or the news or whatever
And
seeing
reading about it and seeing it.
yeah, and thered be so much happening
Learning
every
is-
day.
yeah.
Every day there'd be major discoveries. It would be amazing. And pictures, imagine seeing the pictures of other planets far, far away. I mean, there's pictures you can find right now if you go to Google and look up the sunset on Mars. You can find the real sunset on Mars from the rover on Mars, and that's alone is amazing. So that's where we need to go for that quest. Well, I shot the building. Well, I guess I sent a message from the Alliance. Hey, you suck. I'm Commander Shepard. We can't breathe here, so I need to wear a mask. We found gold! We're rich, right? Nah, not really. Ooh. Game got mad at me there. You found Goldilocks! See, we're getting 500 credits pretty much a pop while we do that. Okay, so where's the boundary again? Because I don't remember where the boundary is. Where are we? Here? Maybe? So we gotta go south of north? Is that what you're telling Commander Shepard? So we're on the southern border right now. We're ignoring that building because that is a quest where I want to have a higher speech skill, charm skill. Okay, there's the red boundary, which you can't go outside of, so... We already killed the Thresher Maw here, which leveled us up. Oh wow. Time's going by so fast because I'm actually having fun playing this again. We only have about 10 minutes in this Let's Play. But you know what? I say we finish up exploring the rest of this planet first since we're almost done. Even if it runs over the 10 minutes. I want to get to the corner to make sure there's nothing there. I'm a completionist. I have to make sure I get everything, otherwise I feel like I didn't finish it. Okay, there's nothing there. Alright.
Yes, zoom in on the ground.
I need to look where I'm going! Okay, so there is ground. There's more ground. There is continuing to be ground. Okay, good. Commander Shepard is more than aware of what's in front of him. It is ground. Ah, another mineral or a debris of some kind is up ahead. This is a very, 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 very jagged planet. Very rocky. Not all of them are like this. A lot are, though. Not all of them. Some are a little bit flatter. This looks like... That's pretty. The space. Look at the space. And the planet. Look at... Oh, our electronic skill is too low. We gotta come back to this planet anyway. And this thing will still be on our map, so... Anomaly? There's an anomaly out here or something. Well, now we know we have to level one of these two people's electronics. There's two anomalies out here. Oh man, oh jeez. Oh jeez, M.E.U.I.T.M. This is a lot of people's main complaint about this game. Was the hill climbing. Which I can understand. But the M.E.U.I.T.M. does a good job at it if you know how to use it. See, you can't climb up that, but you can go sideways. Hello. Okay.
What's that?
Listen to how quiet it is.
Now it gets fun. Area secured.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong in the first place. Ancient debris. Shit. Shit. I got 4 seconds. Oh, that was close. Digging under the beacon revealed a piece of scrap metal, likely from a very old freighter. It was marked on one side with a mass. Okay, so this is another collection quest. Pretty much before the Turians were all unified, there was a bunch of different clans. So you can occasionally find ships from that period with their clan symbols on it. The front of the rover is crumpled in from impact. A glance inside tells you the occupants, probably a team of illegal wildcat miners, are dead. Debris is still sliding down the furrows left by its tires, silent in the near vacuum atmosphere. So they wrecked.
I wonder how.
They probably came down here from way up there and came straight down over the hill and just crashed and died. Crashed and burned. Alright, Mr. M.E.U.I.T.M. Okay, please go forward. Thank you. Mr. M.E.U.I.T.M. got scared seeing the corpse of another vehicle near it. It's like, is that gonna be me sometime in the future? No, it's not, Mr. M.E.U.I.T.M. Relax. Do 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 do.
I could definitely see how the hill climbing would be annoying.
It does. I am so used to it though by now. I have. Oh, it did annoy me for a long time. And I said, you know what? There's ways you can kind of do it. You gotta do it anyway to complete everything. Just bite the bullet, kind of thing. But it's very annoying. This is one of the worst planets though, which just so happens it's one of the first ones. But there's planets that have a lot of flat land. But all of them have this crap. All of them have this like... Oh god! See, you've damaged the M.E.U.I.T.M. a little bit already. You see the flashing right tire?
How do you make repairs?
You can repair it using Omni-Gel and using the repair skill, which is I believe is under electronics. If you've noticed, Telly, we just leveled up one of her things that increases repair. We're almost done though. We just gotta drive back to the middle north center and then drive to the center of the map. And then I say we're done here. There's probably nothing else we can miss. Go up that way. M.E.U.I.T.M. turn around. Go this way, M.E.U.I.T.M. M.E.U.I.T.M. Oh jeez, M.E.U.I.T.M. you're almost done. Jeez. Turn right. Thank you. M.E.U.I.T.M. Jeez. There's no way we're even gonna try to go up that, so... Ugh! It's even worse when you have to use the bathroom really bad. I can imagine Commander Shepard just be like, I'm finding a way to pee right now! But Commander Shepard, we're in a spaceship. Okay, I need to pee! Okay, so so we've explored those. There is an anomaly. Oh, geez, how are we gonna... We gotta go up this way. And then we gotta turn swiftly. Go up this way. Commander Shepard, you can do it if you want to pee. Commander Shepard, you can do it if you have to pee. You can do it, oh no, God help me. I really, really need to pee. He's stuck. This is where Commander Shepard quits being a Spectre. What was your reason for quitting being the Spectre? Well, I was not able to pee when I needed to. And the mountains are very inappropriate on other planets. Once we fix other planets and their mountains, Commander Shepard... Look at this! See how close I was? Look at this! Mountain! Ah! No! Stop it! This is very lame. BioWare, please take notice of this exact circumstance. And please try to prevent it in Mass Effect Andromeda. Maybe allow us to fly for 30 seconds. Look at this! Look at this!
That doesn't help.
It helps me.
You overheated.
It helps me grieve with the circumstance. There we go. See, you just have to find that sweet spot after you go into a rage. Fix yourself. Fix that stupid tire. There you go. Fixing the tire. Good job, Tally. You should have been Garrus fixing the tire. He loves his tires. He spends all his time on his Normandy looking at tires. If this takes me into another hole in the middle of giant mountains... Normandy.
You were stuck on the ropes or whatever.
Oh, this is the camp of that. They're the base of that team that died in that crater. Heavy human armor and a pistol. Is that pistol an upgrade for Commander Shepard? No. This is for Tally though. There you go. And our Omni-Gel, that other pistol. First aid interface, recoil damper, toxic seals, and the shield regenerator. Good, so when we go back to the Normandy, we'll have more stuff we can outfit our team with. And then... okay, so we got everything in there. And we got everything in this one. I think that's it. Let's get back into the Mako. Okay, so we just gotta go north a little bit more, head to the center of the map, make sure we didn't miss anything else other than the stuff we can't do yet. And then, we're done with this planet. We'll have to come back later, salvage that stuff that was there, and do that quest. Okay, let's head towards the center, see if there's anything that we couldn't see from just doing the perimeter patrol. That was more off-center, away from the edges. This is pretty much my routine with these types of planets. That way I can make sure I get everything.
Well, there's a lot of it. What you did find did look hidden, especially if everything's going to be this rocky or...
And at least it'll show up on your radar, and the radar has a wide range. Okay, so we did get everything, except for the stuff we couldn't do. So now...
heading to position.
We hit a button to return to Normandy. Which I couldn't tell you what that button is right now. R. I think it would be R. There we go. Return to Normandy. We did it. We explored our first planet. And there's going to be a lot more planets to go to. And after you explore a planet, what I like to do is go look through all the stuff I found, re-equip my team with upgrades, better equipment, better weapons, and sell what I don't need to the guy that's down there. So, at the beginning of our next... I can talk so good. At the beginning of our next episode, we're going to do that, and we'll probably do a couple codex entries as well, since we haven't done them this episode or the last. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to be part of Mass Effect Nation, a strong community of Mass Effect fans that share real Mass Effect news, information, and theories with one another. I cover Mass Effect Andromeda news. I'm putting out more videos soon. I'm going to cover a lot of stuff Mass Effect and gaming related. So make sure you share this, that way you can help build a community and help keep fans in the know. And as always, thanks for watching. Keela Salai, Mass Effect Nation. Save the game. That's always a good thing to remember. I'm waiting for the time when I forget. That would be horrible.